Badass Women Give the Best Advice. Everything You Need to Know About Love and Life. By Becca Anderson, with A. Leslie Noble. Narrated by Sarah Malo Christensen. Forward. 'Tis true, badass women do give the very best advice. For one thing, they have undoubtedly seen it all, been there, done that, and learned from the necessary life experiences that qualify you to wear the badge of honor of a badass woman. Badass women are fiercely independent and dance to the beat of their own drum whether anybody else likes it or not. The friendly stranger who noticed you're having a wardrobe malfunction while on your first date and pulled you into the ladies' room like she was your personal stylist? She's a badass. The single attorney mom who drives her kids and yours to both ballet and soccer, then heads off to sing in her own punk band? Awesomely badass, and doubtless the attorney you'll want to call upon when in need. The recent college grad who refused to get her male boss coffee on her first day of work? Total badass and future CEO of her own startup. Badass women are all around and are exemplars of how to live on your own terms, fully and unabashedly. We can all learn a lot from these fabulous females and live a happier life thanks to the wisdom of these wild and wonderful women. Now go out and kick some ass. Trina Robbins. Introduction. Everything you need to know about life and love. I love to see a young girl go out and grab the world by the lapels. Life's a bitch. You've got to go out and kick ass. Maya Angelou. Let's face it, women are the oral sex. Here we have a side-splitting spotlight on the all-important subject of amore. And as it turns out, women have a whole lot to say about love. This big book of badassery is like a heart-to-heart talk with 200 of your best friends. Topics discussed include love is fabulous, how friends are our other significant others, size really does matter, it's good to get lost, and are men really necessary? And cover jobs, blind dates, sex, personal ads, breakups, weddings, and the prerequisites for the perfect first kiss. Gossipy, giddy, and extremely good advice. This compendium of radical common sense features loquacious ladies of every stripe, from movie stars to moms, literati, glitterati, psychologists, sexperts, and all-around bad girls telling it like it is. Growing up, girls are often taught to find a balance between confidence and modesty. Sure, you can accept a compliment, but don't go looking for one. Suggesting that someone look at you would be entirely unacceptable. That girl would be seen as having an ego problem. But all this standard does is make girls question themselves and their own actions left and right. It makes us focus on not emphasizing our attributes when that's really all we should be doing. We don't question this growing up. When our mothers say not to wear that attention-grabbing outfit, or when they criticize us for making a scene, it seems normal and ordinary. Yet why, I now wonder, in a world where the wind can so easily be knocked out of a woman's sails, whether deliberately and cruelly, or just by the sheer impersonal weight of accumulated experience, would we strive to diet down young girls' egos? Wouldn't it make more sense to shore them up to the size of Kim K's celebrated booty so they'd retain a little buoyancy, a modicum of oomph, despite the inevitable deflationary effects of life? Happily, the parents of the outspoken badass women in this section seem to have been spectacularly enlightened. Or, perhaps, merely spectacularly unsuccessful at inculcating the creed of mouse-like behavior in their daughters. These women never allowed knockdowns to their confidence. They were badass, and they knew it. For amplification of your own sassy attitude, or perhaps just your own amusement, read on. Chapter 1. Love is all you need. Really? If there's one thing that's been on the minds of all badass women for as long as we've been around, it's love. And since wild women have been on the scene right from the very beginning, it's safe to say that we've accumulated a veritable stockpile of wit and wisdom on the subject of amour, both good and bad. Whether the topic at hand is true love, lost love, scandalous love, or even, heaven forbid, unrequited love, we've always got a good story or an inspiring motto to share. What better way to celebrate our past, present, and future than with a book devoted to one of our favorite subjects? There are as many kinds of wild love out there as there are wild women, and that's certainly something worth honoring. With this in mind, there's much more to this book than your usual Valentine's card sentiments, although there's plenty of that for you true romantics to enjoy. In the chapter that follows, you'll find reflections on everything from the joys of new love to the heartbreak of divorce, and from lust and sex to loving someone of the same gender. It's all part of what makes us so wonderfully wild, and it's all part of this book as well. So whether you're in the middle of a lasting romance, starting something new, or even recovering from your last tangle with Cupid's arrows, there's a quote here that will speak to you. And with legends and life stories of some of the most famous amorous women included in each chapter, you'll be inspired as well as entertained. Love has always been a part of our lives. Keep embracing its wildness, and add your own stories to those that have come before. Each of us is born with a box of matches inside us, but we can't strike them all by ourselves. Laura Esquivel, like water for chocolate. If they substituted the word lust for love in the popular songs, it would come nearer the truth. Sylvia Plath, The Unabridged Journals of Sylvia Plath. The young habitually mistake lust for love. They're infested with idealism of all kinds. Margaret Atwood, The Blind Assassin. Love recognizes no barriers. It jumps hurdles, leaps fences, penetrates walls to arrive at its destination full of hope. Maya Angelou, distinguished poet, memoirist, and civil rights activist. Lust is what keeps you wanting to do it even when you have no desire to be with each other. Love is what makes you want to be with each other even when you have no desire to do it. Judith Viorst, journalist and psychoanalytic researcher. Lust is temporary. Romance can be nice, but love is the most important thing of all. Because without love, lust and romance will always be short-lived. Danielle Steele, best-selling author. I have not changed. I am still the same girl I was 50 years ago, and the same young woman I was in the 70s. I still lust for life, I am still ferociously independent, I still crave justice, and I still fall madly in love easily. Isabel Allende, noted Chilean-American magic realism author. You never lose by loving. You always lose by holding back. Barbara DeAngelis, author and transformational teacher. Love comes when manipulation stops, when you think more about the other person than about his or her reactions to you, when you dare to reveal yourself fully, when you dare to be vulnerable. Dr. Joyce Brothers, psychologist and columnist. Kiss me, and you will see how important I am. Sylvia Plath, renowned poet and fiction writer. In real love, you want the other person's good. In romantic love, you want the other person. Margaret C. Anderson, literary magazine founder, editor, and publisher.